gonna make it. I thought I would make it in time. This is so cute.
Previously on my 34-year-old life, I tried my first Michelin dish, had tea at a viral cafe, and got crafty at Sage Artelier.
Good morning, guys. It is 11 a.m. Almost noon, actually. But I am going to head out right now. I'm going to go to the third neighborhood that I'm checking out. Late start this morning. I needed the rest. I have been struggling with really bad sleeping habits, and I was worried that it would affect things when I was traveling. But as soon as I get here, warm weather, it just put me like dead to sleep. I've been sleeping through the night, minus the bathroom breaks, but whatever. It's not me, it might just be the environment, or maybe it's a mixture. Let's get started on this adventure. Elevator outfit check. I actually ironed my clothes today.
I headed straight to our third neighborhood, Holland Village. And what better way to start the day than pastries for breakfast at Paris Baguette? They had a huge assortment of items, and let me tell you, the price was right. But I was here for one thing only, and that's cake. I ended up choosing the Shine Muscat Mousse Cake, which was a green grape flavored cake, typically used for wines. And yes, it was delicious and not too sweet. Afterwards, I checked out a pharmacy to look at some skincare. I have a whole history of skincare issues from eczema to acne, so I'm always experimenting with products to find the right balance for my skin. But now time for the real detective work. If I'm gonna move to Singapore, I need to know how much these groceries cost. So I began looking up items I typically eat. Certain items like rice were on par with what I typically spend. A few items were significantly more expensive. And certain things left me flabbergasted with how cheap they are. We really are getting scammed in the US. Anyway, after popping in and out of a few grocery stores and malls, I decided to make my way over to Art Week. Now, Art Week was not in the plans, but I saw the signs for it around Little India, so how could I resist? First stop was some mixed media audio visuals. I didn't really connect to that one, so I moved on to a different space. This next room felt like a combination of science meets art. The chiming teacups were pretty calming, but my favorite in the room was the robot astronauts. As I shuffled to the next space, I realized it served a dual purpose of refreshments and immersive creativity. One thing about me, no matter where I go in the world, I'm determined to find the artistic talent, and the universe must feel the same because I'm always running into some type of art exhibit. Now, this place was huge. There were floors upon floors and exhibits upon exhibits. And yes, I was starting to get a little tired and hungry, but I wasn't sure when I'd be back in Singapore, so I pushed myself to keep going.
I'm a little hungry, and I think it's distracting me.
Though I had to wait a little bit longer to eat, I did find myself at an art picnic. It's a series of sessions where the artist makes the work right in front of you. I thought it was a great concept and I'd never heard of anything like it before. Then I stepped into a new reality at this virtual exhibit. It was like walking through a multicolored prism world. Very trippy, but an interesting experience. Now it was on to the next exhibit. This exhibit was about vulnerability and connection, hence the abstract mangled body parts. I personally love the vibrant pop of color, and I think the artist featured here had a very distinct style. Speaking of color, the last collection was completely my style. It was colorful, cute, and vibrant. The adorable bunnies immersed in soft pastels. How could I not fall in love? Every room felt like I was walking through a cartoon. I was very happy I decided to hold off on lunch. You never really get to see this type of art in American museums.
So cute.
Needless to say, I was very excited. I even thought about going to the next site, but it was time to move on to the next activity, the Mandai Wildlife Reserve.
I came too late, so I missed the red pandas. They said my ticket though is valid for 4 days. Now, I don't know if I can make it tomorrow, but I might be able to make it the next day. I do have some days with some free time. I feel like today I've done a lot of exploration, a lot of adventure, a lot of looking through the different neighborhoods, and I'm glad it worked out this way. Now, I did have an interesting conversation with my Grab driver. He gave me like the laydown on the land of how expensive it is to buy a car and a house and everything like that. But it's important to look up the last entry times. I thought I was gonna make it. I thought I would make it in time. So I'm gonna go get something to eat, and then I am going to still wait here because I do have the night safari. Don't know what I'm gonna do after that. Maybe I'll try a karaoke bar. Maybe. It depends on how I feel after the night safari. If I'm tired, I'm just gonna go straight to the hotel and go to bed or whatever.
So the zoo has a few restaurants to choose from. I chose a Chinese restaurant recommended by my Grab driver and ordered this spicy tofu option with a side of tea as I waited for the night safari. Finding the night safari was simple, quick, and easy, and the line for the tram wait wasn't too long. About 20 minutes, definitely shorter than Disney World. What I loved about the reserve was the lack of cages. The animals had a great deal of space to move around. It didn't feel like they were trapped, and I felt happy knowing that they were cared for. After the reserve, I ended my night with a nice relaxing massage. 10 out of 10 recommend, and I will see you next time. Au revoir.